Hey guys, I have a simple and short message for you guys today. I see so many Beachbody coaches, and maybe not Beachbody, maybe you're in some other type of network marketing company, or you have this side business or side job and you get so distracted with social media. Like, social media is so powerful to you because you have the ability to reach people that you would not otherwise know. I live in a small neighborhood in a cul-de-sac, but we're able to make an impact on thousands and thousands of people using social media. So it's a very powerful thing. Yes, you want to be using it, but it can be extremely detrimental to you if you let it distract you in your daily activities. So if you guys haven't watched my 10 things to do every single day, I have a video on, it's called, I think, Sneak Peek of My Coach Office or Sneak Peek of My Office, that you can watch on my YouTube channel to see exactly what I do every single day to run a top Beachbody coach business. But what I'm going to teach you today is a simple thing on how to not be distracted, okay? So I started my day today with my most important vital behaviors. I woke up, drank Shakeology, read my book. So I did Shakeology, personal development, and then immediately went for a bike ride. So I substituted my bike ride for my cardio today, since we're going to be riding our bikes in Rome and next month. So I have to prepare for that in a sort of way. So I did my 3 vital behaviors first thing today. I worked out, drank Shakeology, proof the product works. I did my personal development, showing you that twice. And then I made a video to help share my experiences, what I'm going through. You may use Facebook, you may use Pinterest, you may use a blog, you may use a like page. I use my Facebook and YouTube. So I did like 2 of my vital behaviors right there, first thing, without ever checking once Facebook. So many times, and this is a tip I learned from a man that built $3 million businesses $6 million businesses in 6 years. And one thing that really stuck out to me is he said the biggest mistake that people make, where they lose productivity and they don't perform at a very high level, is that they check their Facebook or their email or their inbox or the text or the voicemails first thing, looking for something to do. So if you're a Beachbody coach, this may resonate with you. Maybe you hop on to Facebook looking for what to do that day for your business. That is the worst mistake that you can make. Because what happens is you get sucked into a black hole of Facebook. I could honestly sit here and look through people's stuff, notifications, groups for 8 hours and never accomplish one thing on my to-do list. So to be able to do that, you have to completely ignore notifications. I will tell you guys, as a top Beachbody coach, a tip. I'll show you with my little arrow here. These notifications right here, and these under the messages, under the notifications, I never ever click on that and check what notifications are there. Second thing is, if you come over here to this Facebook button, I'll show you this little tip here, but over here I have all my groups that I have to check every single day lined up right here. I just barely went through them, and there's notifications for some of these groups. I could go back in and check those, but you know what? And I'm not going to get anything done because there's going to be continued notifications popping up all day long. So I'm in and out one time a day in my groups. I never check these notifications right here. They don't matter to me that much. They're not important to me at achieving the goals that I want to achieve. If it's important, somebody's going to write me a message, they're going to text me, or they're going to post it in one of these groups. I've taught our coaches and our customers to do that. So I don't ever get distracted. So when I go to work, I don't spend days and hours in my groups. I have coaches I've taught them recently that are struggling because they spend so much time in their challenge groups and their team pages that they don't get anything done. So my message to you guys, if you're getting distracted, is to look at those groups right there. So when I do my groups, like on my to-do list, when it's time to do my groups, I do my groups. You guys can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 groups in there. I got through all 19 of those groups in about 40 minutes. So I will not go back to those groups until Friday morning, tomorrow, when my groups part of my to-do list comes up. And anybody that comments in there or asks a question or whatever today that I could hop on there and look at it, it's going to be there for me tomorrow to answer when I go through my groups in my time frame. So that's how I'm able to achieve more and stay on track and not get so distracted. So that's one tip right there, is never check these notifications. Never check back into these when you see a little, like a 1 or 2 notifications. Just go through it once. Or if you want to do it twice, you can do it twice. Just choose what you're going to do. Choose your time that you're going to do that and go in and get that done. Okay, those are 2 things I do to be a high producer or high performer with the amount of time I have. As a full-time coach with a team of 11,500 coaches and a lot of challengers, I can get everything done, answer every single message every single day in about 5 to 6 hours. And that's still hopping on the phone with prospects, hopping on the phone with my coaches that have questions. So to be a high performer, you got to be able to control yourself. And trust me, in the beginning, it was so hard not to check those notifications. It's like a drug. It's like an addiction. So you have to release that and learn self-control if you want to produce at a higher level. So what I'm going to talk about right now after showing you that is just re-hit on those things. Don't check notifications. Go through your groups once a day. And then for me, for example, I have 73 messages right here. I'll go through and I'll do a follow-up list, which I have right here for Thursday follow-up list. What I'll do is before I even answer those messages, after I go through my groups, I will go through and follow up with this whole list of about 30 people that are interested in something: a free coach, help with their nutrition, a challenge group, becoming a coach. I have this whole follow-up list. I'll go through that. I'll message everybody on there. Some of them may respond while I'm writing to other people. I will not go back and respond to that message. I'm 100% this person, 100% focused in each conversation I'm having, because your job as a coach is to add value to people's lives. If you're writing somebody right here and you get distracted by something over here, you're not 100% focused in that person. So I go through, I do this whole list, bam, I write 30 people, maybe 20 of them write me back during that follow-up list time frame. I don't go answer it at that time. I finish my follow-up list, then I move on to my next task, which is answering messages. So then I'll come in here to my messages just like this. I'll hit right here, more. I'll hit unread. This puts all the unread messages right here. And then I'll go right here, I'll go search. And Leslie is a brand new coach. She signed up just the other day. So what I'll do with Leslie, actually I'll go to my first thing on my list. I am going to make a video on a message that Monique Nelson wrote to me just the other day on her life change as a coach. So I'm making a blog post and a video on it. So that's the first thing on my list. So what I'll do is I'll type in Monique right here. When I'm going through my list, this is what I do. So I click on it, and then her message comes up right here. Just for her sake, I'll just block it. So I'll share that stuff later, but I'll go to her message, bam, I'll do my follow-up, whatever I'm supposed to do right there, and then I'll cross it off my list. Wait, if I have to follow up with again, immediately I go over a few pages and I write Monique Nelson follow-up. So that's what I do. So after I'm done with Monique, I'll go to the next one. So my next one is Lior Glass. So Lior, I would write Lior's name in here. And you see it pops up right there. He wrote me. So that's awesome. So he responded to something I sent him. Looks like he's in his 4th week. So I'll go in and I'll follow up with Lior. I'm not trying to sell Lior anything. I'm just adding value to him, answering his questions. Okay. So I go through that whole list without getting distracted once again with these notifications up here or these notifications right here. I don't touch them. So learn to not do that. So once I go through the entire list, I'm done with my follow-up list for the day. Then I come in like how I did, mark all as unread. I'll come in here, okay? And then I will just start, I'll go to the bottom, which was the last message that I didn't answer, which was Wednesday. And what I'll do is I'll click on Mario's name, I'll answer Mario's email. I'll click on Michelle's name, I'll answer Michelle's name. I'll click on Marky's, I'll answer Marky's name. I'll click on Erica's, I'll answer Erica's. And during this time, somebody that I did on my follow-up list may pop up a message at the top. I will get to it when I go through the messages in order. So once I'm done, I decide my limit. I decide my time when I'm done that day. And once I get done, I'm out. So I go in and I go out. And that's how I'm a high performer. I get so much done in so little time. Honestly, guys, I'm answering over 100 messages a day. I'm answering in my email here, and these are not junk emails. I'm answering 22 emails and maybe 100 on my Facebook. I'm going through 20 groups. And I'm adding value doing my 3 to 5 Facebook posts a day and doing my calls, and my new exposures all in 5 to 6 hours. And I do that by not being distracted. So I hope this message today adds value to your life. I hope more than all that you didn't just listen to this message and take notes. I hope that today you decide that you will take action. You will begin this, and if it's something that you got to break that habit, that addiction to this notification, then start to break it right now, one day at a time. The thing that I learned, is that you're responding to notifications or inbox is basically what you're doing is you're giving ownership of your time and your life to other people because you're responding to other people's things that are going on. So take ownership of your life, do your things, and then as you guys notice, the last thing on my list there was I go through and answer messages. So I take care of everybody that day because that was the promise that I've made to my coaches and customers. But first, I take care of me. I take care of my to-do list, and that is how I am a high producer, a high performer. So I'm teaching you guys today how to be a high performer, how to be a high producer. So if you can do that, guys, I promise you guys are going to, if you're working 8 hours a day, you could cut that down to 4 hours a day. Or you could stay at 8-hour days and do double the work. So I'm challenging you guys to take that challenge today at becoming a high performer, a high producer, and not getting distracted with the distractions. Quick side note, I should tell you why we're here. These groups over here are 20 groups that I vow to check into every day so I can learn, so I can add value, so I can be there as an example to my coaches. If you have one coach, one customer, you better show up every single day for those customers. You got to teach them consistency. If you want to be a leader, you've got to teach them. And that takes you showing up. So I'm probably been added to hundreds of groups over the past 3 years. I mean, there's more down here in the groups. But what you can do is you can, when you're in a group, I'll pick one here, Dynasty Challenge Group. When you're in a group, guys, what you can do is you can come here to this little star, this tool, and you can hit right here. It says Add to Favorites. And what it does is it puts that group over here, and then you can just organize them in order by clicking this little tool over here. You can remove it from a favorite. You can rearrange. So if I hit Rearrange, since Summit's coming up next week, I'll put this at the top so I can connect with my team at Summit. I'll put it right under my team page, right above my team page here. And then I can hit Done right here. So that's a way to organize your group so that you can make sure that you hit every group that you're supposed to be learning from or adding value to every single day in order. So I hope you guys can take that value. Like I said, once again, I'm here to teach. I'm here to inspire you guys. And I hope with all my heart that you take this and you apply it. And heck, if you want to really put this into your life, go out and teach it to somebody else.